and welcome to the What the Fork Monarchs preview show. Myself, Graham Munsey, joined by Dave Harway as we look ahead to the second leg of the first round of the Keogh Cup and a visit to Armadale of the Newcastle Diamonds. We'll hear from the Monarchs' Paco Castagna, the Diamonds' James Wright, and as always, we'll delve into Mike Hunter's archives and give you a blast from the past. Dave, there's been some memorable matches between the Diamonds and the Monarchs in years gone by. Maybe not quite the same intrigue leading up to this Friday. Obviously, the Monarchs won by 8 points down at Brough Park last weekend. But of course, in any two-legged cup tie, it is only half-time and there's still a job to be done.
Yeah, and there's been some right crucial close matches between the Monarchs and the Diamonds over the years. They've met in the cup many a time, and there has been a few surprises. Teams losing first legs at home, then going away and winning. So it's the job's still to be done. You never know what's going to happen Friday night. It's still only for some of our guys their second real look at the Armadale track. And as we know, as always seems to be the case, Newcastle come with a few guys with lots of laps around Armadale under their belts. So a job still to do for the boys, despite that great win on Sunday.
Yeah, and you mentioned that there, and promising signs from the Monarchs new guys last week. Lassie, I don't mind admitting I'm more than pleasantly surprised and to take his first heat win both at Armadale and on the road down at Brough Park on Sunday. Fantastic. Jacob, you can see the shoots are there. He scored in every match, and I think he got his highest score out of 3 at Newcastle, rounded off a weekend for him that was hard fought, but out of the two, Lassie's certainly the one of the most experienced. So it's maybe not surprising that he's hit the ground running slightly. But promising signs from both. And of course, we shouldn't forget new to the Monarchs, Paco, and that heat number 9 at home to Berwick last week against Ricky Wells, which on any other week, bar Josh's exploits in heat 15, would have been an easy contender for heat of the week. So good promising signs by all three of the newcomers to the Monarchs camp.
Definitely, Graham. And it was a big weekend, 3 matches in 3 days. Lots of things can go wrong. Things did go wrong. We had that nasty spill in heat 15 at Berwick, which threatened to derail our match at Newcastle with 2 riders potentially injured. And I'm sure Josh had lots of work to do in his machinery to get ready for Sunday. But as you say, for those new guys, really, really impressed with the start, and they've all shown good signs that, as you say, Lassie in particular looking good from the off, winning races. And unfortunately, a slight spill at Berwick, but that's it shows that he would have scored more. Paco again, after sorting himself out after his first race, not going so great, sorted himself out and great all weekend, especially carrying that injury and looking good on Sunday. And for me, the most important thing for young Jacob is going out in heat 2 and beating his opposite number, and he's done that in all 3 matches, which is probably better than most number 7s have done coming in. And he's got a bit to do, but the fact he's competitive in that first corner, making himself there to be a force, as we said on Friday night, he forced Kyle Wickley wide, allowing James Sargent through the all on Friday night. And these points are just as important as the big boys. So it's really good to see the 3 of them hit the ground running. And now it's up to them to go and build on that with a great opportunity to get some points on Friday night. But we'll see how we go from there.
Yeah, you mentioned it, David. Actually, I think this Friday could be a big challenge. It's the kind of sort of meeting where we might see what these guys are made of. Yes, we know that many things have been written and said about Newcastle's team, and as we record this, we don't know who or if will be guessing at number 1. I think it might be a common problem for anyone looking for a guest on a Friday as the season progresses. 8 out of the 11 teams are racing, and out of the 3 that are left, I don't think any of the heat leaders on average below Bradley, Wilson, Deans, or have availability. So we'll see as the week goes on who Newcastle pull out the hat for that. But actually, beyond that, when you look at that Newcastle team, particularly Armadale, yes, there's very good riders there. I don't think they'll maybe challenge Sam the form he's in, or Josh the form he's in. But you're going to get a race out in Matty Weathers out of Max Clegg, flying, won Heat 15 and was only one to lower Sam's colours on Sunday. Out of James Wright, a former Scottish Open champion. Out of Paul Stark, who's had double figures at Armadale on more than one occasion. So yes, the balance of the Newcastle team has been questioned, but as you mentioned there, 4 of those guys I've just rung off, you wouldn't be surprised to see on high single digits, low double digits come Friday night. So it is going to be a challenge for the guys, albeit, as I've said, I would maybe expect Sam and Josh to not have an easy night against those guys, but I'd be very surprised if they drop too many points between them. But for the rest, definitely it's going to be a tough night.
I agree. I mean, it could be a strange night for them, whether they could come out with a high score or potentially, as you say, if they're caught on the wrong side, then it'll be a challenge for them, and that's what they're here for. Them, they're here to be learning, especially in kind of Jacob and Lassie's cases. They want to be making the step to that next level. I'm sure even Paco wants to. He's had a brilliant winter out in Argentina. I'm sure he would really kick on and like to be more of a force in this league than he's shown in the past. So, and everybody talks about Armadale having a home track advantage. Not going to get it after 2 weeks, but we need to kind of build that because we know we've got there's some bigger challenges ahead, and that's again trying no disrespect to Newcastle and remembering that the job's still to be done. That learning that track and getting themselves scoring points in all 4 meetings and is important. As you say, all 5 Newcastle men. It wouldn't surprise me if they all win a race on Friday. Even Lee Compline, he was much better than his score suggested on Sunday. A few mechanical gremlins, which maybe cost them points as well. So it will be a challenge, especially for Jacob and Lassie. But hopefully it's a challenge they're up for.
Yeah, definitely. And one man you mentioned there was Paco. I think we all know the kind of character he is. We've seen that on the track already. But now we can hear from Paco as I caught up with him in the pits after that win at Brough Park on Sunday. So Paco, first weekend as a Monarch, how's it been?
Fantastic, to be honest. It's nice to be in a team like this because we all gelled it up pretty quick, and I'm very happy overall. I'm off about a couple of things, about the weekend, but overall, first meeting at home, I think it was quite good. I was very happy with the points I got. Also a good hit with Ricky and a couple of good second places. Build the confidence up for the home. I had a good win at Berwick, which was perfect, but I struggled a little bit with the bikes. Shame about the first hit because it could have been like 10 points today, and I hit the hole in the middle of the corner. Changed bike after 2 hits, and everything worked perfect after that. So I'm quite happy. At Newcastle, I knew I was struggling also with not injuries, but a bit of concerns in the head going into this meeting. But it's a great win for the team, and I think we can do the job at home.
Yeah, and you mentioned that there. Obviously, good win on Friday, good win on Sunday. Berwick are very strong at home, and yourself took the injury there, so it must have been good to get back out there straight away the day after and get a couple of heat wins and advantages under your belt.
Yeah, that's the thing. I this morning I took the bit in my head, if you can say that, because I was kind of thinking, I don't want to. I was talking to David as well. Maybe better not to aggravate all the injuries. But I woke up and I said, listen, it's a challenge today, and I don't like the track, but I kind of worked it out, and I had a good couple of hits, so it's a good confidence booster. Now we're gonna spend the week here and sort the bikes out and be ready for next Friday at home. And
you've had those heat wins. We've seen your wheelies. When are you going to start teaching these guys how it's done?
Yeah, I need to do more hit wins though, because I can wheelie, but I need to hit win more to do that. So they will come. But I'm looking forward to do many of them at home. I want to build a good, good confidence at home and build the scorecard a lot and help the team more. So it just takes a bit of time, but I know it will come. The team is very helpful overall, and even the new guys are very nice to be with. So I think we're a very, very good team.
And you mentioned obviously Newcastle next Friday. Yes, the Monarchs have won by 8 in the first leg down at Newcastle, but Max Clegg, Matty Weathers, former Monarchs, James Wright, won the Scottish Open. Paul Stark has had double figures many a time. They can't be taken for granted come Friday night.
Oh, 100%. This is the thing that I just said to Alex. I said I think that carrying 8 points at home is a fantastic advantage, but I know it's going to be tough. It's the same as when Barry came over. You got Ricky, you got Theo. It's the same. They're strong, and I know they will come trying to get revenge. And it's going to be a very, very hard meeting. So come and watch it and see if we can make it.
Perfect. Well, I'm not sure if Dave will have done any of his editing magic, or if not, there might have been some industrial language we got for Sky Sports presenters. Dave would be apologising for what you heard from the crowd on that one, but yes, hopefully we're watching after the watershed and there's no harm done on that one. Paco there, a great character and great to have in the pits, and a guy that I think can only go from strength to strength as he gets used to Armadale. He's had some big scores and some good scores there in the past, but a guy that I think will make a fortress of it before too long.
Yeah, a very enthusiastic character, and I'm sure he's great to have in the dressing room on days like Sunday and Friday when things are going well, and hopefully for on those nights when it doesn't go so well. I mean, we saw that even on Saturday. We had a pretty poor start to the meeting, but we did get better as the night got on. I don't want to be like me and look for the positive side as always, Graham. But yeah, no, his attitude's fantastic and enthusiastic and occasionally over the top, as you say in his interview, but I'm sure we'll have a few more challenges with him trying to get interviews over the season. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a good challenge to have.
Yeah, and then if we flip to the other side of the pits, and of course Newcastle, we've mentioned some of the riders there, all very capable at Armadale, and they'll be looking to build a little bit of confidence on the road, Dave. I mean, I don't have the scores in front of me, but I don't think they've hit 30 on the road yet, have they? Did they maybe just scrape 30 at Redcar? Or was that over 60-30 as well? So they were heavily defeated at Leicester and Glasgow in the league, and they went down very heavily at Redcar as well. I can't remember the exact score. So I guess for them now it's about building on it. Yes, we've said at the start, it's a two-legged cup tie, anything can happen, but I don't think there'll be too many in the Newcastle camp heading to Armadale on Friday expecting to be in the hat. Well, I say the hat for the next round. It's sort of the draw's already made, isn't it? It's Glasgow that awaits the winners in the next round. But these are experienced professionals. They don't like getting embarrassed. Nobody likes getting embarrassed. They'll be out there to build the confidence, take a few scalps, and get a respectable score on the board and start building from there.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't really a lot to lose for the Newcastle Riders on Friday. There isn't, again, not meaning to talk them down too much, but there isn't a lot expected from them because of the nature of the way the team's been built up, and obviously, they're number one, picking up that injury as well at the start of the season. It's never a great time. Sometimes it works for you. Arguably, Chris Harris was a good choice on Sunday, but as you've said already, with Friday night tracks, getting guests is now impossible, and Bradley Wilson-Dean is highly likely it'll be rider replacement again, as they had at Glasgow last week when they got a right hiding. But as nothing's expected of them, they can go out, relax, get on with it, and for some of them it'll be a bit a familiar track. I'm sure they'll be happy to get out and score points. I'm sure Matthew will be desperate to do a lot better than he did on Sunday. Paul Stark's another one that's been there at grand finals and cup finals and at Armadale. We know he can win important races at Armadale, so it wouldn't surprise you. And as you say, James Wright, former Scottish Open champion, and for young George Congreve, I mean, he's out after the match on Sunday practicing. It's all about improving for him, and he's got to be saying guys like Jacobs should be a target for winning points for a rider like George. We hope that Jacob can show that that's not possible, but as I say, for Newcastle, they've got to go on with the hands that dealt with them and do the best they can.
Yeah, and you mentioned they're kind of coming with nothing to lose almost. That was mirrored by Newcastle's captain, James Wright. I caught up with him in the pits after that match last Sunday again, and he kind of said that there's no pressure on Newcastle as they head to Armadale on Friday. We'll hear his comments now. So James, a 8-point defeat on the night for the Diamonds, but it's a two-legged tie. It's only half time.
Yeah, it is. You know, it was a tough meeting. We had a lot of mechanical problems, and you know, things didn't go our way, and they pushed us fairly hard today. I didn't think they were going to push us as hard as they did, but you know, we just got to regroup after this and you know, move on to the next meeting.
Yeah. From your own point of view, though, you know, 10 points again today. It's been a strong start to the season.
Yeah, I you know, happy with my 10 points, but I was a bit frustrated in heat 15. I felt I deserved at least a point in that one. I mean, I think me and Josh were like going side by side for 4 laps, and I just made a stupid error on the last lap, and which allowed him to pull away and you know, ended up last. So a little bit disappointed with that race, but I'll look back after the meeting and think, you know, it wasn't too bad.
And on Armadale next Friday, obviously yourself, former Scottish Open champion, ride it well, Max, Matty, Paul Stark, all good riders there. So, you know, okay, 8-point defeat tonight, but I guess the hope is start building on. There's been some big defeats on the road. Time to start building some confidence away from the home shell.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of riders who can ride the Dale quite well. I just think, you know, we've just got to go there and enjoy it, and the pressure isn't on us now, so we've just got to go there and give it our best. That's all we can do, really. It is a little bit, you know, frustrating that we're on the, you know, the defeat side of it again, but you know, we'll keep trying and we'll keep plugging away.
And obviously, second year back into the sport, still made the right decision, still loving it out there?
Yeah, still loving it, of course. So, you know, definitely improved from, again, I think I'm improving again from last season. Just being a little bit more consistent this year, that's the aim. You know, I know I'm not going to, you know, achieve everything I want to achieve in 5 minutes, but it's a slow progression, and I'm hoping there's progression after this season, and you know, then that will lead into the next season. I just want to keep moving forward. As long as I keep going forward every year, I'll be happy.
And team captain this year, you know, that adds a little bit extra. You're looking at guys like George, you can see him going out for practice here. You know, how much are you able to help these guys once out there, or is it so hard just getting yourself out and kind of ready for a match that comes secondary? I
mean, all you can do is give out, you know, advice of what you've learned, but the problem with Speedway is there's so many different setups, there's so many different engines, and everyone's got different styles, so it is very, very hard to teach someone how to ride a bike. I mean, that comes down to the rider to, you know, put their natural ability on the bike. I mean, to me, I can give advice about machinery, but it doesn't always mean it's always going to suit that rider. But I'm always here if they want me. I'm not one of the sort of people to walk around the pits and start putting my nose in it, really. If they want advice, come to me and I'll try and point you in the right direction.
Thanks very much. So Dave, that's just heard from both camps. Of course, as we mentioned, it is the second leg of the Keel Cup come Friday. As always, tickets are available now. You can get those by going to edinburghmonarchs.co.uk and clicking on the buy tickets link for those that can't make it. And as we say every week, as every match at Armadale is, it will be live streamed. Again, EMTV is your link on the Monarchs website for that. So we do hope you pick that up. Friday night is Speedway night, Dave. We always say that. Speedway's back. Fingers crossed. I'm sitting here in glorious sunshine as we record, so fingers crossed we see that the rest of the week, and can put on as good a show as we had last week. You know, we had an excellent match against Berwick last week, 2 teams going for it, some excellent passing, some close racing, some close point scoring until the Monarchs pulled away at the end, and more of the same as the season goes on would be exactly what we're after.
Yeah, last week was a brilliant start to the season from all these angles, and the home win made it sweeter. And so, as we said last week, we'd hope for 20 more of them, and I'm pretty sure there'll be some good racing this year. Max Clegg's featured in the race of the season quite a few times over the years at Armadale. We know he's going to give us some good chases, some good races, and that's what we're after. We're here on Friday night to be entertained, get through at the next round of the Cup, and then set ourselves up for next week.
Yep, and talking of good races, Dave, seamlessly put in there for me. We'll now delve into Mike Hunter's archives, and here's your weekly blast from the past.
Gate number 13 then, and for the Monarchs on the inside in red, Craig Cook. Gate number 2 for the Diamonds is Danny King in white. Gate number 3 is Sam Masters in blue, and on the outside in the yellow helmet colour is Ludwig Lindgren. Of course, both Craig Cook and Sam Masters unbeaten going into this heat. Danny King offering up some resistance involved in the Diamonds' only heat advantage of the evening in heat number 5. The Monarchs recording a heat advantage in every other heat. Let's see if they can increase this big advantage here. In heat number 13 as Cook makes a great start, but it's Danny King in gate number 2. Can he get round the outside of Cook? Cook comes all his out the inside, but Masters will look to pass Danny King once again, as he did in a previous heat, as he comes up the inside of the Team GB International. But again, King goes on the outside of him. He's pushed wide, but can he hold on this time? He can. He's still ahead of Masters as he tries to hunt down Cook. This is a far better race here in heat number 13. Can Masters work that inside line as he tries to dive up the inside of King, but he cuts his nose off and goes wide. But Masters up the inside now. Can he get up past Danny King? The former Birmingham man seems to be holding him off, but the pressure of Masters is telling as King holds on to second place. Cook well out in front now. This would be a 4-2 to the Monarchs, but Sam Masters has got his maximum in mind as he comes up on the inside of Danny King once more. Can he make this count on the last corner? Can he get past him? No, he can't. That's a great ride by Danny King to hold off Sam Masters, but a brilliant ride by Craig Cook to secure the heat victory. It's another 4-2 to the Monarchs, which takes Edinburgh on to 57 points and the Diamonds on to 20. But well done that man, Danny King, for holding off the brilliant Sam Masters.
Well, Dave, we're all set. I think we've heard from both teams. We've watched some previous action. We've mentioned that website for your tickets, edinburghmonarchs.co.uk. Click on buy tickets. If you can't make it along, the stream is available. Again, edinburghmonarchs.co.uk, then ENTV is your link for that. Not much left for us to say tonight, Dave. Apart from thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoy your Speedway, and good night.